Hey, welcome back to Quick Python number 8 with PageKey Solutions. My name is Steve, and today we're going to talk about virtual environments in Python. We start with the why, then we look at the what and the how of what we'll accomplish today. Basically, the two things that we have are installing packages and working with virtual environments. We saw in our last video that you can install packages pretty easily using requirements.txt. We're going to do some more of that today. But I figured I'd just drive home that there are over 300,000 packages on pypy.org, completely available to the public. Think of all the leverage there. Many packages developed by talented software engineers and people from all walks of life just waiting to be used. So why don't we use some of that to our advantage? Why do we need virtual environments, and what even are they? Well, first of all, sometimes packages update. Actually, pretty much all packages update. It's what we want. We want more features. We want bugs fixed, things like that. Sometimes the updates break things, so the way that you did something before in the code no longer works. So this means that as you develop a package, you're going to need a specific version for certain tasks, or maybe you just want to use functionality that's been removed in future versions of a certain package. Either way, you should really be keeping track of those versions if you can, and virtual environments provide a way to keep these versions separate. So if you're working on more than one package and they need separate versions of the same package, you're kind of out of luck if you're just using your standard system-wide Python package like installation environment. These virtual environments allow you to pip install packages multiple times, but keeping them separate per project or however you want to separate them. So you don't get these conflicts. Like, you can't install the same version of a package more than once within one environment. But a virtual environment allows you to basically do that and section things off based on what you're working on. It's really good practice to use virtual environments pretty much always. Even if you're just, messing around, you could have a messing around virtual environment. But anyway, we're going to figure out now how to create them and manage these environments and even remove them if you'd like. So let's jump in. Okay, so here we are in Visual Studio Code. I opened up the education repository as a folder here on the left, so you see all of our past videos, not in the best state as far as organization, but that's okay. You just click into the Quick Python folder and into the 08 installing packages folder, and you have everything you need for today. And you can open up the terminal at the bottom too. I'm on Ubuntu, Windows Subsystem Linux. Either way, basically we're going to be running our code first. We'll show the what. The what that I'd like to show you is that if we try to run this sample.py, we actually get an error. We can't import numpy. So really we're just trying to show that we can import these two packages. And you may have heard of these before, numpy and pandas, pretty essential to any kind of data science or processing of data. Hopefully we'll go over them in the future, but yeah, great packages to have around. So let's figure out, we could always just pip3 install -r requirements, get them that way. But I'm in my public environment here, and I don't want to dirty it up with packages that are specific to Quick Python number 8 here, our project. So let's create a new virtual environment. And actually, I prefer to put my virtual environments in a folder called venv in my home folder. So I'm going to make that directory. You should too if it doesn't exist yet. You can call this anything. It doesn't have to be venv. I just like it because it's nice and short. It could be virtual environments. It could be whatever. It doesn't have to be in your home area. It could be anywhere. But for me, yes, I'm going to make that. And if you actually look in that folder, I only have one, which I made that at some point for some reason. I forget why. But anyway, let's make one for today. So we're going to do python3-mvenv, and then we're going to give it a name. Well, we're actually going to give it the entire path to it. So I'm going to say home/venv/ quickpython8 env, and then we wait. Python's making it for us. Okay, perfect. It's done. So let's go cd to that directory and see what's inside of it. What do we have here? We have bin, include, lib64, pyvm.config, share. Pretty much lots of stuff just imitating the /user view of the system, I guess, except it's all local, right? So we have, what do we have in bin? We have easy install, we have pip, we have Python, all of these things. Okay, great. Really the only thing we have to worry about is the activate script. So we're going to do source bin/activate, And now, as you can see at the beginning of our line here, we're in that virtual environment. As you can see, if you say which Python 3, it's been linked to this local Python 3 with a local set of packages. Currently not much installed except for pip and those things. But yeah, we're linked into Python. If we say deactivate, we're back. We're back in our system-wide Python environment. So we have the system-wide Python there. So yeah, the virtual environment is referencing the system-wide Python, but it's making sure that we're linking in these lib folders and the include folders and share folders that are just local, sitting in our home area rather than system-wide. So that's going to keep everything separate. So I'll do that again. Source bin /activate, and we're back into our quick Python environment. Now let me cd back into our 08 installing packages. So if we try to run sample.py again, still nothing. However, we can actually, if you look into requirements here, I wrote a lot of stuff about how requirements.txt works, but the important thing that's not commented is pandas and numpy. So we'll do pip3 install-r requirements.txt. Yeah, we're done, we're back, and we have these packages installed. So let's try our sample script again. No errors here, perfect, exactly what we wanted. So we can import these packages and we can use them now. Did it really install in our virtual environment? If you actually look inside of it, in the lib folder, in the site packages folder, which is on your system in /user as well, that's where it gets installed, you'll see all of these packages are there now. Now let me deactivate the environment and go back to my system-wide Python environment and try again just to prove that no, it did not install system-wide. So if we want to uninstall everything, if we want to delete everything for this virtual environment, we can literally just rm rf qp8 environment. We can just delete that folder, everything's contained within it, and we can move on with our lives. Alright, so we've successfully used a virtual environment. That's really all there is to it. Some notes about the requirements.txt. If you want to freeze it to versions, this will just grab the latest if you just have the name. If you have a double equals, you can specify a version and it'll always grab exactly that version, or fail out if it can't resolve all of the requirements. You can have greater than or equal to, greater than, less than or equal to. Those are all fine if you want to be greater than or less than a certain version for some reason. The tilde operator is an interesting one because it lets you get the latest within a major version. So if you have version 1.0.7 of a package, it will get 1.0.8, it'll get 1.0.9, it'll get 1.0.10. But as soon as they go to 1.1.0, which in semantic versioning means that they've released some kind of breaking change, you will no longer get that update. So the tilde will automatically keep you at anywhere within, in the case of this example for pandas, anything within the 1.2 range, it will keep you at the latest. Anything after that, it will not update you automatically. So that's your requirements.txt. We're going to hopefully go through some different ways of managing dependencies other than just putting them in a list in a text file. There's some other stuff out there to consider to solve this problem. I wrote a README as well to summarize some of the stuff in this video. We've already gone through all of this. There is a bonus in here if you want to add venv, a bash function to your bashrc or bash aliases file. It's a really quick way to jump into a virtual environment. So make sure that you get it right as far as where you're storing your virtual environments on your system. This assumes what I do, which is home/venv, and then whatever the name of the environment is, bin/activate. So how do you use this? I'll show you in my shell below. Actually, you just type venv qp8 env and you're in. That's all. So you don't really have to think about this whole source and then go find it, find bin/activate. You know, it's really not that hard to remember anyway to figure out where to go activate it, but I like to keep things short. So there you go, 4 characters and you're in. And that's really it for this video. So hopefully this was helpful and now you understand what virtual environments are and why we would use them. If you liked this video and it was helpful, please check out our website at PageKeySolutions.com. We have a blog and some other things on there. And at the end of every blog post, you'll find a sign-up form. If you want to join our mailing list, you can get a notification every time we post an article and stay in the loop for other things that we're doing. So yeah, if you're interested, I'd appreciate it a lot if you signed up. Other than that, thanks for watching and have a great one.